Who are the top 5 best handles?
You know, there's a lot of guys. Like LeBron, obviously, is like, I think, the pinnacle of that. He was just controlling everything. I think Luka, the guy who manipulates the game at a high level.
The NBA is stacked with superstar duos, but who is the undisputed best? Is it the cold-blooded shooting of Stephen Curry and the relentless toughness of Jimmy Butler? Or maybe it's the unstoppable force of Giannis Antetokounmpo paired with the clutch gene of Damian Lillard? What about LeBron James and Luka Dončić? A combination of basketball IQ so high that defenses have no idea what's coming next. And let's not forget Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, defending champions. But are they really the most dominant? This isn't just about stats, it's about impact. It's about which duo strikes fear into the league and who can carry their team when everything is on the line. We're breaking it all down: scoring, defense, chemistry, and the ability to deliver in the biggest moments. And trust me, our final verdict will leave fans arguing for days. So sit tight, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear answer. Or maybe, just maybe, you'll be even more confused. Let's get into it. Not every great player pairing can be called the best duo in the NBA. Just putting 2 stars together doesn't guarantee dominance. The real question is, what separates a good duo from a legendary one? Is it pure scoring firepower, clutch performances, championship pedigree? Let's break it down and set the rules for what truly makes a duo elite. First, there's scoring firepower. A great duo should be able to take over games at will. When the team needs a bucket, do they deliver? Are they nearly unguardable in crunch time? Do they have multiple ways to score, whether it's draining deep threes, attacking the rim, or getting to the free throw line? The best duos make defenses panic because stopping one of them isn't enough. Then comes chemistry and clutch factor. It's one thing to have 2 stars on the court, but do they actually make each other better? Are they a true 1-2 punch? Or are they just taking turns scoring? The best duos have an instinctive connection. They anticipate each other's moves, they elevate each other's game, and when it's time for a big moment, neither one shies away. Look at history: Jordan and Pippen, Shaq and Kobe, Curry and Durant. The greatest duos thrive under pressure, but offense isn't everything. Two-way dominance is what separates flashy duos from true contenders. The NBA is filled with duos that can score, but the ones who can get key stops and still put up points are the ones who truly dominate. And finally, the biggest factor: championship potential. Are they just racking up regular season highlights, or are they built to win it all? The best duos don't just put up numbers, they change the game when the stakes are highest. Do they elevate their teammates? Can they carry a franchise to the biggest stage? Are they built to last? Or is their success just temporary hype? These are the rules. These are the standards that separate the great from the greatest. Now it's time to put the league's top duos to the test and see who truly stands above the rest. Now that we've set the criteria for what makes an elite duo, it's time to analyze the top pairings in the league. These aren't just any 2 stars on the same team. These are the duos that have the power to reshape the NBA and dominate for years. Scoring, chemistry, defense, clutch ability. Who checks all the boxes? Let's go deeper, one duo at a time. LeBron James and Luka Dončić are not just elite scorers. They are orchestrators, controlling the pace of the game, picking apart defenses, and setting up their teammates with pinpoint precision. LeBron, even at 39 years old, remains one of the most complete players in the league. This season, he's averaging around 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists per game, showcasing his all-around dominance. While he has slowed down slightly in terms of explosiveness, his ability to read defenses, dictate tempo, and still bully opponents in the paint makes him an absolute nightmare. Luka, on the other hand, is averaging over 33 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds per game, proving that he's one of the most unstoppable offensive weapons in the NBA. The beauty of this duo lies in their ability to complement each other's strengths. Luka thrives in pick-and-roll situations, dissecting defenses with his passing or creating his own shot with a deadly step-back 3. LeBron, with his elite finishing ability, turns those pick-and-rolls into easy dunks or kickouts to shooters. But the real question is, can they share the ball effectively in the playoffs? Both players are used to having the offense completely revolve around them. If they find the right balance, this duo has the potential to carry the Lakers deep into the postseason. If there's one duo that brings a combination of elite skill and relentless toughness, it's Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler. One is the greatest shooter of all time, a player who has revolutionized basketball with his ability to drain threes from anywhere on the court. The other is one of the most mentally tough competitors in NBA history, a player who lives for big moments and never backs down from a challenge. Curry, even in his mid-30s, remains a dominant force, averaging 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists per game while shooting over 40% from three-point range. His gravity alone warps defenses. Teams throw double teams at him the moment he crosses half court, and yet he still finds a way to get open. Jimmy Butler, on the other hand, isn't a flashy scorer, but he's a playoff killer. He's averaging 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists this season, but his impact goes beyond numbers. He's a defensive anchor, a leader, and a player who can take over games when it matters most. The synergy between these two comes down to play style. Curry's constant movement off the ball forces defenses to chase him, which opens up lanes for Butler to attack. Meanwhile, Butler brings the kind of grit and physicality that the Warriors have been missing. The big question is whether Butler's physical play style and Curry's finesse game will mesh well enough to take this team to a championship level. This is the purest scoring duo in the NBA. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are walking buckets, two players who can get any shot they want from anywhere on the floor against any defender. When they're both clicking, they're nearly impossible to stop. Durant is still one of the most efficient scorers in NBA history, putting up 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists per game on absurd shooting splits, nearly 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line. His ability to rise over defenders and hit contested shots is unmatched. Booker, meanwhile, is averaging 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists, and has become one of the league's most dangerous playoff performers. The biggest advantage of this duo? You can't double team them. If you send help on Durant, Booker will torch you. If you focus on Booker, Durant will kill you with his mid-range precision. But their biggest weakness is defense and durability. Neither player is a lockdown defender, and the Suns have struggled against teams with elite two-way wings. More importantly, both have a history of injuries. If they can stay healthy through the playoffs, this could be the most explosive scoring duo in the league. If not, their championship hopes could crumble fast. For years, people questioned whether Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown could truly coexist as a championship-winning duo. Those doubts were put to rest last season when they led the Celtics to an NBA title. This is no longer a duo with potential. This is a proven championship duo. Tatum has elevated himself into a full-fledged MVP candidate, averaging 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. He's a two-way monster, capable of taking over offensively while also guarding the best wing players in the league. Brown, on the other hand, is averaging 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, bringing elite athleticism, defensive intensity, and a deadly mid-range game. What makes this duo special is that they do everything at a high level: scoring, defending, rebounding, and playmaking. Their chemistry has also improved, with both players understanding how to complement each other's strengths. The key question for them is consistency in the playoffs. They've reached the finals before but fell short in 2022. Can they now sustain their dominance and win multiple championships? If so, they could go down as one of the greatest duos of this era. If there's one duo that feels unfair on paper, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard. One is the most dominant physical force in the league, and the other is one of the greatest clutch shooters of all time. Together, they create a nearly unstoppable offensive system. Giannis is a force of nature. He's averaging 31 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists per game, while shooting over 60% from the field. His ability to bulldoze through defenses and finish at the rim is unmatched. Meanwhile, Lillard is averaging 27 points and 7 assists per game, bringing deep three-point shooting and elite playmaking. What makes them deadly is their ability to cover each other's weaknesses. Giannis dominates inside but struggles with perimeter shooting. Lillard fixes that. Lillard is a smaller guard who struggles defensively. Giannis covers for that. In the playoffs, the key will be how well they handle defensive schemes. If they figure out how to maximize their strengths together, this could be the most dominant championship duo in the league. Some duos dominate in the regular season, some duos are all about potential, but this duo wins championships. Jokic is the best passing big man the league has ever seen. He's averaging 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists per game, running the offense like a point guard while still dominating in the paint. His chemistry with Murray is unreal. Murray knows exactly where Jokic wants the ball, and vice versa. Murray is the ultimate playoff performer. He's averaging 22 points and 6 assists this season, but when the playoffs come around, he elevates his game. He's hit some of the biggest shots in Nuggets history, and his ability to create his own shot is crucial when defenses key in on Jokic. This duo has already proven they can win it all. Now, the only question is, can they do it again? If they go back-to-back, they could cement themselves as the best duo of this generation. After breaking down each of these powerhouse duos, analyzing their chemistry, strengths, weaknesses, and impact on their teams, one question remains: who is the best duo in the NBA today? This isn't just about stats, it's about dominance. It's about how they elevate their teammates, how they rise in the clutch, and most importantly, how they perform when it matters most, on the biggest stage, under the brightest lights, when the pressure is at its peak. Some duos are flashy and explosive, putting up mind-blowing numbers during the regular season. Others are battle-tested champions, proving time and time again that when everything is on the line, they deliver. But to be the best duo in the league, you need more than just skill. You need an undeniable impact, an ability to change the game just by stepping on the floor. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who is the most unstoppable duo in today's game? Let's settle this debate once and for all. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more deep dives into the biggest stories in basketball. More insane NBA content is coming your way. You don't want to miss it.